decided to do a stream in regards to, man, there just seemed to be a lot of issues surrounding Steve Fulton and Inu. But based off the fact that my observation going into this fight, like I said, I came into the conclusion that people at the end of the day that have an issue with Steve Fulton having issues, not exercising his right to make sure everything is legit and on the up and up going into this fight just shows me how desperate they are to see Steve Fulton lose. At the end of the day, you seeing the new Triple G thing with Inanu. Inanu, how he is at the top of the pound for pound list is absurd. Now, keep in mind, for the people that say Terrence Crawford hasn't fought anybody, um, who is he fought except a 40-year-old Nonito Donaire? So who is he fought? And I'm waiting for people to tell me who is any new fought to where he's ranked in the top five, and yet Jamel Charlo is undisputed, has way more fights and a better resume, but they have any new ranked higher than him on the pound for pound list. At the end of the day, they're desperate to have a new Triple G, or should I say what you call a non-black fighter, a spectacular non-black fighter that they can create a lot of buzz around, because any new has a good marketing machine around him. But at the end of the day, based off how people are treating Steve Fulton, I'm not surprised by it, because, like I said, at the end of the day, they just don't have the guts to just say, hey, we want anybody but the brother to win. You know, there's been issues with drug testing, and you knew it's been whining about drug testing. Then there's an issue with hand wraps. Now, I'm gonna say this much: as far as Fulton go, I kind of, to a certain degree, as far as the hand wraps go, they should have did more research, or Al Heyman should have did more research before he sent him out there. Then you have the issue with them, bringing gloves that has been rewrapped. When you bring out gloves, they supposed to be fresh, not rewrapped, taken out the plastic, rewrapped, and then put back in the plastic. I'm trying to educate you clowns, but you don't want to listen, because you so fixated on coming down on Steve Fulton for having every right to make sure everything is on the up and up. This guy is fighting in Japan, and they should have been more transparent from everything, from how they do hand wraps and all that kind of stuff. So like I said, to a certain degree, I do blame Al Heyman, because Al Heyman should have did more research. He's supposed to be this dude that know everything. He's supposed to be the guru of knowledge. And as you guys say, nothing gets past Al Heyman. So at the end of the day, to a certain degree, you got to look at Al Heyman, because Al Heyman is the dude that controls these dudes' career. Nobody don't want to have that conversation. So if Steve Fulton gets knocked out and he loses, it is what it is. Because at the end of the day, he was failed, because they should have did more research. And if I'm fighting in a foreign country, if I agree to fight in a foreign country, I'm not just looking at the paycheck. I'm looking at what comes behind, or what comes with the paycheck. I'm finna look up everything from hand wraps to gloves and all this kind of stuff. But like I said before, we all know if that was Caleb Plant that had those type of issues, people wouldn't be sitting up there saying he being a diva, he's being difficult, he's coming up with excuses. Because and I like Caleb Plant, but when Caleb Plant asked for that ring that was like the size of a trailer for for a truck, nobody said nothing, saying he being that was. But like I said, us brothers, we ain't allowed to have demands. We ain't allowed to make sure we get, a fair shot. We just supposed to accept whatever conditions is thrown at us from anybody. But I don't see too many of these super militant dudes talking about what's going on with Steve Fulton. But they sure had the time to make all the videos about Terrence Crawford accepting the conditions and terms of whatever they want to throw at him. Everybody hollering about a boss Al Heyman is. Well, why didn't boss Al Heyman make sure that everything was secure before they even signed the damn contract and went out there? Like I said, any news is just being difficult to a certain degree because he's used to getting his way because he's in Japan, so he feel like he don't have to oblige anybody. For the people that think Steve Fulton is complaining and whining, I'll tell you what. Um, they have a couple of gyms in the Bay Area. Fly out here and meet me at a gym that I will select and let me punch you in the face with stacked gloves or tampered gloves. And you will sign a waiver saying that you won't press charges against me or sue me. And I get to hit you as hard as I can. And I want you to, and then when you wake up or whenever your jaw is fixed, then let me know you still have the same opinion. Because it's easy for people to sit up here and talk crazy behind a computer when they don't know how boxing works and you don't do your due diligence. You guys keep forgetting that I cover boxing, even though I'm thinking about retiring from covering boxing. Keep in mind, I cover boxing. And I meant it when I said I won't ever ask to cover a PBC event ever again. Now, unfortunately, emergency came up, and I won't be able to cover Spence versus Crawford. I was just gonna go there, credential or no credential. But at the end of the day, something came up, so I'll be watching the fight from some kind of location, either Dave and Buster Straw Hats or find a bar to watch it at. But like I said before, that's real talk. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Michael. Since everybody got an opinion, since everybody telling Steve Fulton, I want them to sign a waiver too, and you could come out to the Bay, or I can go where you at, and you could film it. They gonna sign a waiver. They gonna sign a waiver. They gonna do a video. They gonna put it on video. Basically saying that they will not press charges and they will not seek any legal representation. I'm gonna be protected all the way through, and then they gonna let me punch them with some stacked gloves and some tempered gloves, and then I'm gonna see how they feel after they wake up. And I'm serious. Since you guys know so much, let me hit you with some stacked gloves, some double wrap gloves, because it does enhance your punching power. And then I just want to see if you're gonna have the same sentiments after I hit you with them. And like I said, you're gonna sign a waiver. Basically, you're gonna sign a waiver saying that you excuse yourself from like suing me or trying to press charges against me, like I said before. And I'm serious. I'm serious. Since y'all seem to know so much, since y'all seem to know everything about boxing, so y'all saying that Steve Fulton need to quit crying and all this kind of stuff. I guarantee you ain't y'all ever been punched before in y'all life. I've been punched before. So, it's real talk. So, with that being said, the fight is in a few hours. I forgot what time it comes on. I heard it comes on at 4 o'clock in the morning if you in the East Coast. But then some people are saying that it doesn't start till 5 a.m. in the morning. So I don't know if that's the undercard. They're going to have a few events. But I highly suggest that you guys check and see what time this fight starts. So it does start at, okay, thank you, Damien. So it does start, Damien, you in the East Coast, right? Because I'm in the West. So it's a 3-hour time difference. So yeah, it starts at 1:30 a.m. Okay, cool. So I'm on vacation anyway, so I'm on vacation anyway for like a week. So yeah, yeah, well, that's the thing. No, it's much deeper than that. No, they just want to see the black fighter lose, and that's all it come down to. And I know somebody gonna come on here and say, "Hey, man, don't make this about race." You damn right, I'm making this about race because I get sick and tired of these non-blacks and these cornballs getting on here, sitting up talking about somebody need to quit crying and they making excuses and all this stuff. How many times did you see people make excuses when they lost to the black fighter? Oscar De La Hoya was known for making excuses when he lost the fight. I'm talking about Oscar would blame everybody and they mama. He would say he was training. He would say it was the weather. He would say he didn't have, he had, 64% pure cocaine versus the 80 that he should have got from Peru. So Oscar always had an excuse when he lost. But then all Steve Fulton is trying to make sure that everything is on the up and up, and people are like, "How dare you make sure that you're getting a fair fight? Oh, you're being a coward. That don't make no sense. How is he a coward when he signed a damn contract to fight? Oh, you're trying to discredit, man. People credit brothers all the time in the ring, and for people that's sitting up here talking this, oh do he have a legitimate gripe? Yeah, he got a legitimate gripe. What the hell are you guys talking about? So he supposed to just go in there and he's seeing that dude trying to have all these unfair advantages, morally, unfair advantage and illegal advantage. And then he just not supposed to say nothing. Oh, because he got paid $3 million. So what? So what? I'd do the same thing. His trainer is doing his job. It doesn't matter where Steve Fulton kind of didn't like the idea that dude brought it up. Well, his trainer is doing his job to protect his fighter. Don't be looking at the fact that, oh, it's $3 million. This is the most money I've made thus far for a fight. Now look at the fact that you're gonna get paid $3 million and your trainer and your team is trying to look out for you and have your best interests. At the end of the day, yeah, they being criticized. And I'm trying to figure out being criticized for what? And then at the same time, people was mad because Timothy Bradley, and now, people mad at Timothy Bradley because Timothy Bradley said that's a form of cheating. You're not supposed to have the tape on your skin, man. And you're not supposed to have the tape and put Gus around it. What I may do, I may demonstrate, I may go to a gym and I may just pay somebody to wrap my hands and, show you a legal way and an illegal way. Because keep in mind, Virgil Hunter, like I said, caught Miguel Kessler trying to do that. The problem is with these damn commissions, they are not doing their job. So if Robert Garcia said that, well, they were allowed to do that in Las Vegas, technically they're not supposed to be doing stuff like that. It's just that the commission, once again, I've already said the commission have about as real knowledge as boxing as these people that's in the comment section. Because like I said before, when Virgil Hunter caught Miguel Kessler, he was gonna get away with having those double stack gloves. When Virgil Hunter said, "Hey man, you got too much Gus tape on. You trying to double stack your knuckles. You got to rewrap your knuckles." Like I said, Felix Trinidad was known for doing that, and Felix Trinidad would dip his gloves in water. Then they said there was a little trick that Sergey Kovalov would do. He would pre-punch his gloves against the wall and stuff, try to harden up his gloves in the knuckle area so he can have extra punching power. So it's all kind of little tactics. And then for the people, once again, who's sitting up here playing these games about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury was caught red-handed in a fight where his thumbs wasn't all the way his thumbs wasn't all the way in the gloves. And then the referee shook his head like, man. So for the people that's playing games about Tyson Fury, this is on video. This is on YouTube. Tyson Fury got caught red-handed. So for the people sitting up there acting like, oh, well, it's not possible or it's not out of the norm. I did an interview with Kenny Porter. Kenny Porter said it can be done. He say that it's unlikely, but he said it can be done. Like I said, if it can't be done, why was Margarito getting away with putting that stuff in his gloves all this time until Nassim Richardson caught him? Same thing with Felix Trinidad. Felix Trinidad was getting away with wrapping his hands like that for who knows how many fights. William Jaffe complained about some of the punches he took. Fernando Vargas complained about it. Now people will have this unwritten rules saying take your loss like a man. Well, you know what? Did Lomachenko take his loss like a man? He actually tried to appeal that loss. He knew they wasn't gonna overturn that loss. Lomachenko knew he didn't win that fight. So I'm just saying this stuff has been going on for a while. It's probably been going on since boxing started, where people was basically trying to test their limits and see could they get away with little stuff. Let's not let can we not play these games, y'all? I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, they were the ones that caught Felix Trinidad. He was like, "Hey man, what's up with these gloves, man? These gloves have too much tape on them." And then, Felix Trinidad, he got mad. He was talked about, well, if I have to rewrap my hands, I'm not gonna fight. Don King, I think Don King at the time was Felix Trinidad's promoter and Bernard Hopkins' promoter. And Don King basically told Felix Trinidad, you gonna get out there, you better get out there and fight. So, and that was funny too. I remember watching Bernard Hopkins versus Felix Trinidad. Everybody thought Felix Trinidad was gonna kill Bernard Hopkins. I was one of the very few people that picked Bernard Hopkins to win that fight, even though I don't like how Bernard Hopkins is moving these days. But you just got to tell the truth. So that's kind of funny that you brought that up too. And then Margarito was never the same really neither after he got, after his superpowers, after his Pac-Man power pellets got took away from him. Did Margarito ever fight the same, ever had that type of confidence that he had versus Miguel Cotto? And what happened in the rematch? Miguel Cotto destroyed him. Trinidad never looked like the same fighter again. Margarito never looked like the same fighter. Margarito should have, like I said, as far as Margarito go, Margarito should have went to jail. Margarito should have never been allowed to fight again. But then these people sitting up here acting like this is not out of the norm, like this is unusual. People be killing me and stuff. Oh, nothing gets past the commission, right? Hey, check this out, y'all. I'm finna mess these cornballs up so nothing get past the commission, right? Yeah, just like the cocaine and stuff they ship from Mexico into the states, don't make it past the border patrol, right? Or they don't make it past customs, right? Well, how does it get here? Nothing gets past the border patrol. Nothing gets past customs. You sure about that? Boom, bars. Drop the mic. Nothing gets past the commission. If y'all don't get out of here, hey, how'd he get there? Hey, nobody sneaks a gun into the airport. Somehow these terrorists snuck guns and got past got past the TSA. How did they get those guns on the plane? You sure about that? You sure about that? Nothing gets past the commission. Okay. Bars. I like dropping the mic on. I like dropping the mic on these people. Yeah, he could have. Yeah, he could have killed. He could have killed Kodo. Yeah, he could have. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I put that picture up so y'all could see. Yeah, I mean, it was like falling right out of his hand. And once again, y'all remember the situation with Panama Lewis. To this day, you know, and even though Panama Lewis is no longer here, Panama Lewis claimed that he was innocent. Look, man, somebody messed with them gloves. Somebody took the pad. Somebody took the patent out of them gloves. So can we just stop playing them games? That's what I'm saying. So how did those tampered gloves get past the New York State Commission with Resto? But remember, nothing gets past the commission, dummies. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Margarito, like I said, Margarito should have never been allowed to fight again. He should have lost his boxing license. He should have been banned from fighting. And his ass should have got his ass should have been put in jail. Um, he can't be deported because he was born in the States, but he moved to Mexico. So technically, Margarito is an American citizen. He was born on United States soil, but he moved back to Mexico and he grew up in Mexico. So, yeah. Oh, I know. I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's Resto. Um, that's Resto and Panama Lewis. I don't feel like going in the other room to look into my computer, but I'll do maybe a video archive about fights where people had suspected gloves and suspect gloves and hand wraps and stuff. I may title it cheating in boxing. But like I said before, Panama Lewis got put in jail, and Panama Lewis was never allowed to work ringside ever again. He he was the beneficiary of a lifetime ban. And from what I heard, Margarito's trainer at the time, um, he was temporarily like not allowed to work ringside, but then eventually they let him back to working ringside. If I'm not for like smaller circuit fights, but he should have been put in jail. He should have been put in jail along with Margarito, and that's the only issue that I have. That Margarito should have been put in jail, and he should have been banned for life. All you got to do, it's on YouTube. Go look at Assault in the Ring. It's a really good documentary talking about that. Very good documentary. It's on YouTube now. Originally, I think it came on HBO or Showtime. Assault in the Ring, and just watch that documentary. It's a real good piece. You probably can find it on Amazon too if you got Amazon. But like I said before, I wish the best for Fulton. I hope he pulls it off. I hope Fulton. Yeah, I hope Fulton whoop on him. Well, I mean, Vegas Mark. Vegas Mark. I got to tell you something, bro. I don't know if you heard, man. I'm cool with the PBC. I'm not ever going. The PBC told me a flat out lie. I ain't gonna say the dude's name. I didn't even ask for an actual credential. I said, hey, I wanted media room and fight week only because I knew they wasn't gonna let me in the fight. They told me it was cool. Then all of a sudden they turned right back around. Like I'm talking about days before they start like sending the approval or the deny notification that you get to cover the fight. They gonna tell me, oh well, we can't help you. One of the dudes that was talking about he was gonna look out for me, talking about, oh well, you need to do this, you need to do that. So like I said before, I'm not ever gonna try to cover a PBC event ever again. I'll just stick to covering Top Rank and Matchroom events since they seem to show me love. The white company, the white promotional company, you know. But Mr. Al Heyman, Mr. Al Heyman, power to the people. His people sit up there and treat black media like that. And I don't care who uses audio from this video. I'm just telling the truth. When I say I'm not ever going to apply for a PBC event ever again, I'm not ever gonna try to cover a PBC fight. Ever. I'm not ever. I'm serious. I'm not ever going. I'm serious, Mark. I ain't ever going. I'm not ever going to apply for a PBC event. They told me they was gonna let me in, and then all of a sudden they just flipped the script on me. So I'm good. I'm good. It's all good. Yeah, I know. I remember. Like I said before, that was it. And this kind of remind me what they did to people when it came to Floyd versus Manny Pacquiao. You had people calling their fights in small venues, basically covering their fights, calling their fights. And then when Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather came up, they just treated them like they was common peasants. So, they've been doing this stuff. Even though the PBC wasn't official, it wasn't the official PBC, but they've been doing this kind of stuff. So, like I said, man, I'm done. I'm done. Nah, I'm not coming. Period. I got credential for that fight. I got credential for that fight, for the Strata fight, but I told Top Rank that I wasn't gonna be able to make it because of some stuff that was going on here. Nah, he'll make weight. He'll make weight. He'll make weight. I don't see Errol Spence being that undisciplined to where he won't make weight. I think he'll make weight. But anyway, you guys, I'll be back with more later on. Thank you. Appreciate it.